Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just want to do a little bit of chit chat today because I figured out something really good. All my video editing procedures and software that I've downloaded trying to get the free version, I always saw the split screen, like the main thing that you're doing and then a little icon or a little screen with a person up there either talking and so forth. And I've been searching and searching and trying so hard to find how to get this done without damaging my machine and trying to get all these extra protection for it because they're all freeware that I'm downloaded. And for the life of me, I could not. And I'm like, oh, how am I ever going to get it done? So today, for the first time, I decided in my mind that I'm going to get this thing going. And I found a software called VSDC, I think, and I'm gonna put the link below. And I tinkered around with it. It was so easy to download. Of course, I was a bit hesitant, of course, but once I got it, I did it and I played around with it. So it roughly took me about half an hour to 45 minutes to kind of get it working, or to just test it out. And I'm so impressed. I actually did it, and I finally did a demo clip with what I wanted. So the whole point is, what I'm trying to make is never ever give up. I mean, we all want to better our editing techniques and presenting our content in much better ways, but sometimes it gets the best of us. So I'm encouraging you, never ever give up, right? Just take a break, step away, a month, a week or so for it, just leave it alone. Still do your research. The whole thing is all about research. Still do your research, then come back to it, revisit. Don't give up the idea that you want it but you can't achieve it, or you don't know how to do it and you have to go to school for it and all that. No, that's just, if you put your mind to something, you will get it. So the whole reason for this talk is that I'm just a regular person like you, who've never been to school for all these stuff, and you just have an idea in mind and you want to make it work. But in order to make it work, if you're a person who like to have good content and people can learn something from what you're presenting, like myself, then you will stick with it. And never ever take no for an answer. No just means not yet, or maybe, or later. It doesn't mean no as in finale. That's it. If you are persistent and you keep at something, or you keep bugging someone long enough, you will get a definitely yes, or a partial yes. You will get something. But never ever take no for an answer. I mean, what I really mean is, if someone's saying no, I don't like that stuff, that's different. But if you have a goal in mind and you want to achieve it, like I want to get this clip going and I want to know how to get it, and I don't see a lot of resources around, I don't know a lot of people who would have this kind of intention, so you search for it. You search high and low, web and networking, whatever you want, wherever you think, books and all that stuff. But never ever just give up on it, because it's something that's achievable, it's attainable. Alright, so I've also discovered the passion that I do like to draw. I do like art. It's a dying thing that, you know, I never thought I would even resurrect. But as I get more mature, you know, you just you set your priorities, you think about what it is that you want to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years. What would you like to see yourself doing apart from just going to a 9-to-5 job? What is it that you want to offer, or what can you produce that other people can be helped? So I'm starting to thinking along that line, as well as you're thinking about passive income and you want to know how to be resourceful and upgrade your financial life also. So all that's in the mix. But the main idea behind it, I'm like thinking, I had a store, a brick and mortar store before, a boutique. I had an online store. I've learned tons and tons of skills in terms of I know how to make candles, I know how to make natural products for your hair. I've done hair, I've done skin, I've done, well, not really makeup, but I've done crocheting, knitting. I've done card making, and just a whole lot of stuff. Trust me, I've done a lot of stuff. However, oh, and I've also learned how to sew. All of this I started learning in my late 20s. So it's not, so over the past 10 years or so, yes, I just told you my age. Over the past 10 years or so, I have acquired these skills, and they're not only good for just hobby skills, but I also transition them into my personal life and my professional life too, because you have to learn patience, consistency, and you have to learn how to concentrate and go after what it is that you want to accomplish, like make sure the project is done. So all of those skills are translatable, and you can use them in your professional and personal life. So it did me good, but financially it took a lot on me, because I had to buy my sewing machine, my serger, I had to get money in place, capital in place to open my business, my brick and mortar business. I also had to have money to buy my material for my crocheting and sewing. I used to sew steam cap, which I still do, but not as much as before, for my locks. Loving my locks, yeah. Okay, so I had to learn how to get that done. So fabric and thread and maintaining my machine and so forth. So all of that took from me. And it was not generating a whole lot of funds in order to, like, I wasn't selling as much because I still had my 9-to-5 job, which I still do now. So I wasn't focused fully on it. I just wanted to start something. So all of that I'm doing with the intent of trying to find that one true passion or one true thing that I can be comfortable enough with to pursue in my later years. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm thinking of my future, as well as I'm thinking of how can I start now, because you have to start somewhere. Don't ever think that, okay, I want to get this done, but I'm not ready yet. If you don't start now, you will never start. You have to start somewhere, and the earlier you start, the better it is, because you become a master of your skill and you can teach it proficiently, and you are able to execute right judgment and so forth in a way that you are actually the teacher, the master of it, right? So hence I'm here, and I've just mastered how to get my it's called split screen up. So yay, kudos to me. But my whole point is never give up, never take no for an answer. What I mean, like, if you have a goal to achieve, never take no for an answer. Find some way. Find a way. It might take a longer period of time, but if you really want to achieve it, find a way. And also what I'm saying is, always keep learning. Never stop learning. Because you can only become a better person, and you have more to offer if you keep learning. And whatever skill you learn, never think it's just a dumb, silly skill, and nobody is going to be, no. They're all translatable skills that you can actually bring over to something else. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So I started art. I started using traditional pencil and paper, and afraid to use ink because I didn't want to mess up my artwork. So that was another area too. I started drawing. I tell you, my artwork has come a long way. But this is what I did. I made challenges for myself. This is where your translatable skills are coming in, where you stick to something. So I said, I'm going to learn how to draw. I'm going to resurrect that passion again. So what I did, I got a little notebook about this size. And someone gave it to me and I said, I'm going to start there. And in my spare time, of course, time is always the most expensive commodity that anyone can ever possess, right? So you have to either learn how to use it wisely, manage it, which is your time, or you have to know how to prioritize it, which is still manage, but how you're going to use it. Okay, so either you're going to do 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. So I decided to do a little bit at a time, say about 10 minutes, just to draw something. Now, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I have all these responsibilities, and time is never enough. But I wanted it bad enough. I wanted to see what I can do. So everywhere I go, I brought this little notebook with me, and I started. My kid laughed at my artwork. I'm trying to draw a face. It was hilarious. I mean, she's pretty good at doing caricature and animes. I guess, I don't know, that kid's just got that passion for it. We should do a draw-off one day, let you guys see. And she totally blew me out of the water, and I was like, let's take up this challenge. Mommy Ken's kid, okay? So I started doing a little bit every day, and I did that for roughly about a month. So when I would go to work early, like half an hour earlier, and I'd find a quiet place, and I started drawing something, anything I could see. Because I wanted to learn the concept of shape and lines and so forth, and I drew any and everything that I see. It didn't have to be perfect, and I did that all through the summer for a good 3 to 6 months, I think. I'm gonna go look back at the date, but I dated everything. So I dated when I started, and I still have that book. I'll show you guys one day. And I did that for a while, and after doing that, then I went and I got a bigger book, a better book, better sketchbook. Not too big this time. And I started doing that, and I started using my half an hour every day to do a drawing. And I've developed that habit. I'm like, oh, I like this. It also teaches me to be responsible in a way with managing my time. So I started doing planning, where I actually start writing my dreams and goals down, what it is that I really want to achieve. And I started writing that down. And then every time I achieve something, I tick it out. I actually started focusing. Like, I know I want to achieve stuff, but every time you look at it, it's like, okay, there's not enough resources in terms of money and so forth, or time to get it. So you want it, but I've stopped doing that. Once I start writing them down, each time I just go over my list. Okay, this is what I'm going to achieve this month. If I don't get it this month, it's a work in progress, because I'm going to achieve it. I make sure that my goals are specific and they're achievable. They might be bigger than myself, no, like my resources right now, but that's why I have it down as a dream, because I'm going to work toward it. I need to acquire whatever networking, whatever resources, because this is what I'm going for. And it gives me a purpose, a sense of purpose to actually accomplish something, and that's why it's called a dream, because it's bigger than where you are right now. So you have to go for it. So that's what I started doing, and I'm surprised. These are actually purposeful accomplishments. So I'm relating that to, start making your dreams or your visions specific so they can become purposeful achievements. And I started doing that, and then I started drawing, and it starts getting better, and I started watching videos, and I started to just fool around, just having fun. I don't take it serious in terms of like I'm stressed out over it. No, I use it as a relaxation period for me. My lunchtime, I started doing it now. So I'll take at least 10 minutes from my lunchtime. Yes, I have to scuffle down the food because I wanted that extra 10 minutes to start doing. So what I'll do in the morning, I'll start drawing, and then in the lunchtime, I'll start inking. I was also afraid of inking too, like taking up the ink, permanent ink, and putting it on my drawing, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to ruin it, I'm not going to get the same shape, and that's because I was a beginner. But then I tried something, I tried a sample, then I started a little bit more, and then now I've started doing, my project has to be inked. So it's kind of taking away that fear and getting right into it. Jump into it. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Just get right into it. Because the longer you hesitate, the longer you're going to be able to achieve what you wanted to do. Then I got my phone. I have about 3 phones. I mean, like the ones that are outdated, right? They're all Samsung, which is pretty good. But the ISO, I think they're not compatible, because every couple of months, in my terms, they come out with these new phones. So they're still able to record. I didn't have a video camera. Right now I'm on my Samsung. I think it's a 3J3 or something like that. That's what I'm recording on. It's pretty good. So don't ever say you don't have any resources. So I've used that to start recording my videos and start recording my process. And then after doing that, then I'm like, okay, I have content I can share with somebody. I can tell somebody about what it is that I'm doing, how I'm going, and just to encourage somebody and to get them relating that it's never too late. So don't give up. So I've done that, and then I've started inking, and then now I got my phone, as I mentioned, and I downloaded a couple apps just to play around with. I didn't even have a stylus, digital. So I tried Artflow, I tried Alpaca. I've downloaded on my PC, my laptop here, and I've tried Krita. Krita didn't work for me because my thing here is 2000 is Windows 8, which is old, and I don't think it's compatible at all, but you can try. It just works a little bit for me. And I did like Sketchbook, but Sketchbook has a catch to it. If you don't like sign up within 7 days or something like that, you can't even open the program. So it works fine on the phone, but not for your PC. So just be careful of that. Either you're going to buy the full version or something like that. I don't know if anybody else has any experience with it, they can mention it, but I really like that app. And then I mentioned Artflow too, and just a couple of them, but the ones that work best for me so far that I like is Artflow and Sketchbook, and Alpaca is really good too, but I'm still playing around with it. So after doing that, I started making art on my phone just in my spare time. I didn't too like it because the screen is too small and I need a full sheet. Every artist is different, right? So I started doing that, and I went before I go to bed at night time, like just 2 minutes, like I would watch a video or listen to something. I just take one of the old phones and started to scribble around on it with one of those dollar store stylus. Yeah, unfortunately, I even tried to make my own stylus. Seriously, I did. It worked for a little bit. That's the one where you use a cotton ball and stuff it in and then dip it in water and whatever. Yeah, I did all of that. And I also got myself a Huion, one of those art drawing tablet. It's just a flatbed. It's not a screen display, so you have to hook it up to your PC. And I got the glove and the stylus. I'm like, woohoo! I'm in business. And I started. I never liked it. It's brand new. It's still there. I'm like, what did I even do? But my purpose and my intention was towards something bigger than myself, right? So what I've done is I've done tons of research. I've researched, watched video. I've done all of that because my intention is actually to go digital. I want to start doing projects that require digital. If you're going to do anything that is professional, you need to have it digital. Like the hand traditional thing, it's not really going to cut it anymore. You have to go digital. Unfortunate. So I've got myself a Surface Pro. Yep, it's a Surface Pro system. I'm like, how on earth am I going to pay for that? Because you know those babies aren't cheap. But it's an investment. Either it or an Apple. I choose the Windows because of the variation for it. This baby here is dying. She's pretty old, so I have to get a computer and a tablet anyway. So the Surface Pro 6 is what actually works best for me going forward to what I want to achieve. The Apple is it's good, but it's not a computer nor a laptop. It's more of a tablet. and the price range for it, I think the 9.7 is for something going into the 5s without the Apple Pen. I do like the Apple Pen, but I'll see what the Surface Pro pen looks like. And if you're going to go anything higher than the 9.7, it's going to go into like the 700. So I'm like, hey, that just throw it out of the ballpark. It's not worth it. Might as well you just go for the Surface, which is compatible with artwork in terms of pressure sensitivity and so forth. And it's not the best top of line, yada yada yada, but for what I'm doing, it's the most compatible. So I did that. I haven't used it yet, I haven't touched it yet. I'm just giving you guys a spiel. Okay, by the way, let's just pop it up. I haven't done anything to it. I know this video is like 20 minutes already. Wow. So here we go. So Surface Pro 6. I did not get the keyboard. The keyboard cost at least about 135 plus ish. Yeah. So I didn't get the keyboard, but I got this because I want to use it as a tablet. I also looked into the Acers and Lenovo and the gaming tablet because of the Pixel, to make sure that, because I'm going to draw on it. But don't go for those. You want something that actually has built-in sensitivity for your artwork, because if you don't, you're going to be disappointed when you're doing your artwork. And when you want to get those details and so forth, and those other devices can't match up, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to spend money unnecessarily. So I will give you a review on this. I'm not a tech geek. I just like to draw, okay? And I do need a computer, so I'm going to just give you quite a little demonstration once I get to know this this equipment better, okay? So it's not about the equipment, but the whole spiel that I'm trying to get to you is, it's never too late to start. Don't ever take no for an answer in terms of your dreams and your desire, what you want to accomplish. And always keep learning, wanting to learn something new every day, something new that you can help somebody else, you can answer questions. And also be disciplined. Be disciplined. Set some goals for yourself, and also start writing down what it is that you want to achieve. Be specific and get to the point. Don't be like, oh, I want to grow my hair longer than it is. No, say, I'm going to stop processing my hair starting next week, and I'm going to grow it for 2 years, and then I'm going to get it locked. That is specific goal. You have it down to the detail. Or I'm going to save $5,000 starting next week, Monday, or my next paycheck. I'm going to save $100 every paycheck to start adding up. Or I'm going to get an extra part-time job to compensate for the losses, so I can catch up and save that $5,000. By the end of the year, I should have $5,000 saved. Just specific goals like that, right? So that's all I have to say, and thank you for checking in. I do hope to bring you some more information and just some little chit chat that is actually beneficial, because I have no time to waste. Just saying. So if you guys like this content, definitely for sure hang around. It's more so for the artwork, and I do devotionals too as well, because I think that is very, very important for your life. You need to meditate on things that you've learned, so you can actually put them into action, okay? So when you study, you get the information, you meditate on it, meaning you process it in your mind, and then you put your action to it. And you always keep your dreams before your eyes, like on your phone, in your book, in your bag, in your purse, in your car, your nightstand, everywhere, so you can actually see what it is that you want to accomplish. Alright, so ciao for now, and thank you for listening to me, and I hope you learned something and will actually put something into action. Alright, God bless.